Everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode and a brand new season of Midwest Sound. Yay! Brought to you by Homeroom Show Choir. If you guys haven't checked them out, go check them out. They are basically a show choir source for all over the country. They have articles, rankings, updates, anything you could ever want. So yeah, go give them a look. They're really cool. Season 4, guys. We made it. 4 years. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I'm actually really surprised that we made it to this point. I actually wasn't sure I was going to do a 4th season because, as you guys can see, we're in a new location. I'm actually in my dorm because I am a freshman in college, which is crazy. And with that, I also just want to let you guys know, forewarn you, if you hear some background noises, I am in a dorm, as I said, so living with other people, so it's not going to be as quiet as normal, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been really exciting. I'm super excited to start season 4. I know I've had a couple people message me and be like, hey, are you gonna continue this? Like, it's really fun. And I kind of debated it over the summer, and then I just kind of decided, like, it's fun. Like, I enjoy doing it. I know that other people enjoy listening. My friends all really like it. So why not? I mean, and show choir's still my passion. So, why not continue? Like, it's fun. So yeah, I'll give you guys a couple updates. So I am a freshman in college at Ball State University in Indiana, which is really exciting. I am majoring in vocal music education. So I want to be a choir teacher, and I'm hopeful that I will get to be a show choir director, which will be it'll be so cool. So yeah, that's the goal. That's what I've been up to. Other life updates. Show Choir Camps of America. I went over the summer for my 3rd time, and it was amazing as always. If you guys get the opportunity to go to Show Choir Camps of America, please do. It is so incredible. You get opportunities like no other. You get to work with amazing clinicians, people that are known all around the country. You get to see amazing performances every night. It's just so fun. You make such good friends. And it's just a place where everyone has the same love and passion for the thing that you do. I know, like, in school show choirs, sometimes it can be a little tricky because not everyone has the same passion and drive that some people do, At moments when I was in high school, it felt like I cared about it so much more than some of the people in my choir. And the thing is, you can't expect everyone to be as dedicated to it as you are, especially if it's like your thing. For other people, it's one of their 5 things, So like, it's difficult, but at Show Choir Camps of America, it's everyone's thing, and it's so amazing. And the connections you make, just with the people that you're around, the friends. I'm still friends with people that I met there 3 years ago. Like, seriously, you become such good friends, and you bond over the thing that you love. It's great. I love it, and I don't know. But this upcoming summer, I am hopefully going to be a counselor for both of Show Choir Camps of America's. The one in Illinois and the one in Ohio. So hopefully I'll be there. Obviously you have to apply and get in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that if it does work out and happen. And if you guys are going, you may catch me there. Also, if you guys don't already, go ahead and go follow the Midwest Sound Instagram account. It's not super active, but like I said, new year, new season, new changes. So I'm going to become a little bit more dedicated to this podcast. So yeah, those are some of my life updates. Something interesting. I'm hopefully going to be having some new guests on the show instead of just my friends from my choir. So since I go to Ball State, it's a really big performing arts school, and a lot of people here that I've met actually did show choir in high school, which is, oh my gosh, who knew? No, but it's really cool, and I guess we all just kind of like are drawn to each other. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get some of them on the podcast. Let me think. I know I have someone from Ben Davis, someone from Lawrence North, from Franklin Central. I have friends from, oh my goodness, other schools. A lot. So just be on the lookout for that. That could be really exciting. And I'm going to leave a question at the bottom of this episode to see if you guys have any specific like interview questions that you would want me to ask them. It's always cool to hear about the differences between different choir programs, especially with like rehearsal schedules or how they get ready for competition, norms for when they're at competitions, like when they walk through the hallway. Some schools are allowed to chant or like smile and high five. Some schools, they have to look straight ahead and not talk to anyone. Things like that. Small things, big things, stuff about their director, anything. Anything you guys could think of that would be interesting that you want to know about, I probably want to know about it too, and I'm just not thinking about it on the spot. So go ahead and send me your questions, and hopefully I will be getting some interviews done in the near future. So that's something to look out for. I'm really excited to start doing that. As for this episode, we've had one competition take place this last weekend on November 8th, I believe, in Ohio. So yeah, yay, a competition in November. It's crazy, but it's really cool for groups to be getting this opportunity. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about one non-competitive event coming up in December, and then I'm going to be talking about AI in show choir at the end of this episode. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe we made it to season 4, and I hope you all enjoy this episode. Over this past weekend on November 8th, there was the ADA Music Feast 2025. This is a really early season competition that normally takes place in early November in Ohio. It's really interesting just because a lot of groups attend this competition with unfinished shows. Some of the time they'll not have their costumes in, or sometimes they'll have one costume. It's really interesting, and actually there is a live stream posted on their Facebook account. So if you guys go to showchoir.com, you can click the link and go watch some of it. I believe they only have the finals performances posted on the live stream, but I went back and watched some of them, and they're pretty good quality, so I would recommend going back and watching that if you guys are interested. But no, it was really cool. They did have a finals opportunity, which is awesome when it's this early in the season. But I'm going to go ahead and read off all the groups that attended and how they placed, and then we'll talk about finals. So there was an exhibition performance from Kenton Middle School. We don't really need to talk about that. In the smallest division, they had Tier 4 prelims. There was one group, and it was Van Buren, the association. Obviously, there's no ranking because they were the only one in the group, but I heard that their performance was really good, so that's great. In Tier 3, which is the second to smallest group, there were 3 different schools. In first place with Best Crew was Kenton Top 20. In second place was South Dearborn Opening Night. And in third place was Licking Valley Vocal Impact. So, you guys heard that. South Dearborn got second to Kenton, which is not necessarily crazy because they're both pretty small groups in Ohio. South Dearborn being from Indiana, but wanting to call themselves an Ohio group. But yeah, getting second, not crazy, but I'll let you guys know some other information once we get to the finals. Tier 2, second largest division. First place went to Alliance Jet Setters, and second place with Best Costumes went to Tees Valley Prominent Rendition. Exciting. And then in the large division, there were 2 groups. First place with Best Vocals, Best Choreo, Best Band, Best Show Concept went to Grove City Touch of Class, and second place went to Strongsville Mustang Express. So now, let's move on to the finals. This is where things got a little bit weird. Not wrong, just interesting. So, in finals, they took just top scores from all of the divisions, I believe. They took 5 groups. They took Van Buren, the association, which was the smallest group in attendance at this competition, and they were the lone group in their division. They took Tees Valley Prominent Rendition. They took Alliance Jet Setters. They took Kenton Top 20, and they took Grove City Touch of Class. Now, you guys didn't hear South Dearborn in that lineup, right? Yeah. So that's kind of crazy because Van Buren, the association, must have outscored South Dearborn. Crazy. But it's really exciting to get to see some of these small groups outplacing some of the maybe more well-known or a little bit larger groups around Indiana or Ohio. So yeah, it's really exciting to see just some of these groups that may otherwise not get to make it to finals get an opportunity like this, especially this early in the season. And I also believe that means that they'll get more feedback from the judges, which is a really great opportunity. So it's really exciting. Grove City Touch of Class isn't surprising. They took Grand Champion. Alliance Jet Setters took second. Kenton Top 20 took third. Tees Valley Prominent Rendition took fourth. And Van Buren, the association, took fifth. So they all respectively placed in order of their sizes, I believe. Yes. So it's not anything crazy. It's just cool to see the different groups that made it to finals. But yeah, that is the only competition that has taken place anytime recently anywhere in the Midwest. Obviously, there are festival performances, so you can probably find those on YouTube. Facebook is a really good place to look. A lot of people's parents like posting those. But yeah, a lot of like Christmas shows or seasonal shows, holiday shows are going to be coming up very, very soon. My school included. Edgewood has theirs. I believe it's the 13th and 14th of December. It's the second weekend of December. I know that. But yeah, a lot of schools have their Christmas shows and holiday shows coming up. So that's a really good opportunity to go see how groups are looking, I guess, this early in the season. I mean, it's a little bit different, obviously, because you get a couple months to work on these shows, whereas your show choir show, you get many, many months. So yeah, if you guys are interested, just scroll around on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm sure you'll find some either festival performances or some upcoming holiday shows you can go watch. Another thing I want to mention is I believe it's pronounced DuPage Valley Conference Clinic is being held on December 13th. It is a non-competitive event, and it's just something to look out for. Like I said, it's non-competitive. It's in Illinois, so it's going to have some groups attending that maybe you've heard of before. Waubonsee Valley is going to be there. Naperville North will also be there, as well as Wheaton-Warrenville South. So if you're interested in seeing any of those performances, definitely look out for them. Like I said, not competitive. So I'm assuming just like a clinic with feedback, which is a great thing to have this early in the season. But that will be held on December 13th. Other than that, that is all there is to talk about as for events and competitions coming up anytime soon. And finally, the moment you all have been waiting for, the miscellaneous section at the end of the episode. So, man, have I got stuff to tell you guys. Let's start with this. How do we feel about AI? Not good, right? Especially for the arts. How do we feel about AI being used in show choir? Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm just going to come out and say it. My high school, Edgewood, Music Warehouse is our varsity mixed group, and they are going to be performing an AI-generated song for their closer. Yeah. Yeah, my high school. So, how do I go about this? So, my director, Brian Paulson, arranges his own music. We are a pretty self-sustaining, choir. A lot of the stuff that we do is generated from our own program. So, like I said, he arranges his own music. The costumes are designed by our head mom and our choreographers. Stuff like that. Like, a lot of stuff that we do comes from within our choir. So the past couple years, our director has been allowing us to send in music that we would want in the show. And so last year, I believe there was 2 or 3 songs within like the 2 varsity choirs that were used that I had recommended, which is, it's a good feeling whenever you're director uses a song that you recommended, especially because like it makes you feel good, like, oh, I get to perform a song that I like, you know. But this past year, it's already been revealed on the Instagram, so I can just say it. The mixed group Music Warehouse, their theme is time. The specific title is Our Time Is Now. Their theme is just general time, like not time travel, not anything specific, just time. So you'd think that the songs would be pretty easy to find, right? I know I recommended at least 9-10 different songs that were like specifically just generally time themed and more upbeat pop rock for maybe an opener or a closer or a costume change even. I know that many of my classmates recommended songs. He probably had an abundance of songs he could have chosen from, and students have received an email already about this, stating that he felt like he couldn't find a song to fit the theme. I'm just not going to question it. But he turned to AI as an educational outlet to see if it would generate something that could possibly be used for the show. And I guess he generated one song, and it was absolute butt crack, which is expected. It's AI, it's not real. But then he generated a second one, and apparently he liked it. And I've listened to it, the like recording. I'm not sure if the recording is AI generated or if it is like possibly from the program that my director used to like generate audio versions of the songs once he's arranged them. But I have heard it. It's something. It's interesting. I don't know how to explain it. It's fine. It's giving Pink, like the artist Pink, but like if some of the music and the vocals just didn't make sense, you know? Which is AI. Like, it's not going to make sense. It's not made by a human. So, yeah, that they're performing a closer called, what's it called? I'll have to look it up, but it's interesting. And, it raises a question of like, should this be allowed? Should they be able to compete with this? Like, it's not real art. But then at the same time, I was thinking, and my director did arrange it. He went through and made the band parts and the vocal parts. Like, so is it art? Is it... This is like actually making me tweak out a little bit because I'm trying to think about it and I'm like, well, they're having trouble contacting the creators of the software, like the AI software creators, because they need to get rights to the music. Because my school, I know some schools don't always buy the rights to the songs, which illegal, but you know, fine. My director basically always buys the rights to the music. He's pretty stingy on that. And he is trying to contact them to get rights to this song, and they haven't gotten back. But that raises the question, are there even rights to get? Did he technically make the song? Can it be recreated with another separate prompt? I don't know. And it's crazy to think that there have been shows where like parts of songs are AI generated. There have been shows that are generated by AI, not the music, but like the theme. Like some directors will just go to ChatGPT and be like, what would be a good show choir show and songs that would fit within it? And like that isn't necessarily like taking something that is AI, because it's still using art that is produced by real people and just combining it. But a song that is produced by AI, that is where it gets a little like, well, I don't know, you know? So it's just crazy to think, one, that my high school is going to be possibly one of the first groups to performing an AI generated song. I don't know. It's actually crazy that we even have to talk about this. And it makes me curious as to what everyone else thinks. I know collectively my friends here in real life, and my friends that are in the choir still performing, that have to perform it, they all feel negatively about the song, because it isn't real. It also makes me question, Eric Hayes and Mark Hover are Edgewood's choreographers, and they did choreograph the song. It makes me question how maybe they felt receiving a fake song, or were they even told that it's AI? Because I do know that my director was telling people originally that it was created by some artist that is not real. So, yeah. Interesting times here in 2025. But yeah, AI. In my opinion, they should not be performing an AI generated song, especially with a theme like time that is pretty easily made. Like, you can pretty much find songs that fit into the theme of time. I just don't think this is needed. There's no point. There's plenty of other songs. Or my director has written songs. He has written his own songs, and our choir has performed them. A couple years ago, would have been 2022, Edgewood's Music Warehouse's ballad was written by my director. So he can write music. Worst case scenario, you can't find a song and then you just write one. Obviously that's harder and more time consuming, but I mean, is it not better than AI? I don't know. So, yeah, crazy times. I don't know. It's up for interpretation, but it's weird. It's crazy. I don't know. Other than that, miscellaneous topics. That's really all I can think of. I'm really excited to see different shows that come out this year. I feel like Indiana's definitely seen a bit of a turn more towards the story show concept, which can be really interesting if done right. A couple years ago, I was really saying, like, Indiana's gonna see the whole barefoot trend come to fruition, and it didn't really, although my high school did follow the barefoot trend last year. For one of the songs, the girls did go barefoot. But I don't think that's really going to become a big thing. I think it kind of fizzled out right after I started talking about it. But I think there are plenty of other trends, like the story show trend, that are going to seep its way into the show choir world. I think things are becoming a little bit more musical theater-y. And with that, I think shows are going to begin to include more musical theater songs. I think we're also going to start to see a little bit of a shift away from, like, more popular pop songs, simply because a lot of the popular pop songs that are being made right now, specifically like Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, just a couple off the top of my head, they're a little bit more, like, sexual in nature. They talk a lot more about things that probably can't be sung about in high school, and they aren't always necessarily faster, like, upbeat paced songs. So I do think we're going to start to see a little bit more of maybe lesser known songs, just because most of the modern pop songs probably aren't appropriate to be performing on stage. And I think that'll be really interesting. Although I may be totally wrong. It's November. It's halfway through November. So we shall see. That is it for today, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for listening to the very first episode of season 4 of Midwest Sound. Yes, I'm so excited. Like I said, sorry if you guys heard any background noise throughout the video. I'm in new surroundings, trying to get used to the new groove of, like, being in college and all the things. So a little bit of leniency would be great. With that, I'm hoping to get a new episode out early to mid-December, just because, as you guys know, there's not a ton of information coming out or many things to talk about with show choir between now and early January. So, yeah, I'll hopefully have one out by then. It may include a little guest or interview of some kind, as I said earlier. So, yeah, just look out. Make sure you guys answer the a question below so that I can have some questions to ask my future guests. And with that, thank you all for listening. Let your friends know, follow the Instagram. Season 4 is going to be really exciting. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. And until then, I hope your life and your days are full of show choir.